Welcome back, you guys. Welcome back. This is gonna be a crazy one. Probably a little bit more wild weather than we're used to seeing. I got some pretty big winds coming. It's gonna be a day on the water. Classic fall day. I'm the only one on the lake today, and that's gonna become more and more common, especially on a kayak. Not many people are into dealing with this stuff, but I am. We're doing it again, and today we're out on the hunt of a giant. We're gonna be throwing swim baits. I only brought my swim bait rod. That's for the most part I think all we're gonna be throwing. I did bring a backup rod in case that rod breaks or something. I was like, I did drive an hour out here. I don't want to leave myself hanging. But yeah, we're gonna try to catch a giant today, guys. I have not caught a single bass on this lake with a swim bait the entire time I've been into swim bait fishing. I don't know why. This lake, the bass are either just not into it, or I just haven't successfully done it yet. But today I'm looking to change that. So we're going to throw swim baits all day on a lake that I've never caught a bass with a swim bait on. So this will either be a very boring video or a very exciting video. Either way, we're out here for the challenge today, you guys. We got some much stronger winds coming in. This rain is supposed to continue on all day. So let's get to it. We're starting at a classic lily pad patch that this time of year, this kind of wind, this kind of weather has always done really well. So normally I would throw a spinner bait in there, but we're not throwing spinner baits today. We're only throwing swim baits today. So we're going to start with an old classic, the Pacific Northwest Bassquatch, Pacific Northwest BassCandy Bassquatch. This is a nice weedless swim bait. This is the lure that caught the biggest bass in the season-long tournament I competed in. Our buddy Chris, who's been in many videos, this is the lure right here. He caught a freaking 23.5 inch, I think. Might have been like an 8+ pounder. He didn't get a chance to weigh it. It was on the skinnier side of a bass for sure, but I think in the right time of year, it was a 10 pounder all day. And we're gonna go and sniff out that lake at some point and see if we can maybe catch him again. This time of year he should be fattened up a little bit. But yeah, this is a big bass bait, you guys. It caught one of my biggest bass in my season-long tournament, and yeah, I think I've been neglecting it a little bit. So we're gonna start with it. It's the only swim bait I have that I can chuck into these lily pads. It's not the only swim bait in the world that can do something like this, but it's the only one I have that can do it. So it's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be a big part of our strategy today, and I think it's gonna be effective. So let's get started, you guys. This is kind of an old one that's had a lot of use. I have a bunch of new ones in the back, but let's see if we can get a few casts out of this puppy before we go switching over. Gonna be a tough one, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and put some scent on here. I think we can kind of get the fish a little fired up in this area if we're laying down some scent, you know. All right. So nice to be able to swim bait you can chuck into the weeds like this. I really hope that it works out. Oh yeah. Dang. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. Holy cow, that fish freaking smashed that. Woo! All right. Look at that. Not even that big of a fish, you guys. You can catch, you know, it doesn't have to be giants that you catch. You can still catch numbers with a swim bait of this size, especially look at that. So cool. Let's go ahead and get a little measurement on here. Well, we might as well do a top 5 today. There we go. First fish of the day. We've only been out here for a couple minutes. 15. Not gonna hit the half mark, are you, bud? All right, there we go. 15 1/4. Going back. Dang, that was freaking awesome. I know these bass tearing up my wet thumbs today. So we're trying out a brand new pair of gloves, you guys. These things are not that expensive. They're from Cast King. They are waterproof. They might not look like it. They might look like your classic, just, you know, soft glove, but they have a waterproof layer inside. 16 1/4. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know how I'm going to keep score. I don't think these gloves are going to go through my freaking phone. That's a huge downside to them, I think. Wait, they do work. Just kidding. That's crazy that they work. 16.25. Look at that. Alrighty, guys. First fish on the board, 16 1/4. I just entered it into my phone with my gloves. That is crazy. Let's get another one. Let's get a bigger one. Nice. That's my first swimbait fish ever on this lake. That's so cool. I don't know. I kind of had it in my head that it like almost wasn't possible there for a moment. Just because I mean, this is not the first time I've thrown a swimbait in this lake, you know? Alrighty, guys. We fished this for a little bit. I'm a keep on the move angler. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's try another of the same one. I got another perch. I got a bluegill, but we'll just do another shimmer gill here. If you guys have never done this before, beast hook locks. It's a weighted hook, looks like that. The goal is to stick this on there. It looks kind of scary and sketchy, and I think the first time you do it, that's just the way it is. I had to do it on a Citizen 7 once, and that was really scary. But stick it right in the front of the nose, and then start to twist. I messed it up just now, but I backed it out, sent it back in. Just try to do a little slower. And yeah, we gotta have that hook be the other way, so we gotta go one more turn in there. And there we go. That's it, just like that, you guys. Try to make that kind of straight in there. And there you go, you basically got it going at this point. Now we just need to get the hook pushed through up there at the top. You can make a mark. I'm just gonna put my fingernail right there where I want it. I think you get more and more used to it the more you do it, but I've only done this a handful of times. Popping right through this time. Here we go. There we go. That is freaking perfect. Literally perfect. I do like to hit this with the scent pretty hard. I think that the side of the body has kind of some gill indents that just kind of soak this stuff in. Ah, fun. I miss the old days of coming out and just throwing one lure all day. Haven't done this in a long time. There's such a thing of simplicity about it. I think with a spinnerbait today could have been, you know, we probably could have caught more fish, but I'm not necessarily trying to catch a lot of fish on our Hunting Giant series. We're just trying to catch the one. Since the one last year was caught with this exact bait, I feel the need to keep trying it. Come on. Whoa. All right, so kind of starting right here at this lily pad patch and all the way along this to about there is a spot that I've been working my way over here, kind of the prime spot I've been wanting to fish over here. So we'll hit it up. We'll probably just go over it twice really quick, and then we'll see what happens. Got a pretty strong feeling about all this that we're seeing right here, so let's for sure fish the spot up real good. man. That was a bite. That was a bite. Okay, okay. I slowed down right there. Just going slow. Just a couple casts right here, maybe 3 more casts, and then we're going to make our move out of here. It is then time. That's cast 1, cast number 2, cast number 3, and of course a bonus cast. All right, we're starting to make our way out of here. Gonna head back to the northern side of the lake. I think that's gonna be the ticket, you guys. I'll throw a few casts along the way. I don't know, I've never really had anything magic happen along this stretch, but that's never a good way to fish. Don't do that. Maybe the only reason you've never caught a fish at that stretch or along that lily pad patch is because the one fish that lives there is so big he's eaten all the other fish nearby, and you just haven't hit him yet. It's really coming down now. Oh my God. No. Damn it. That's the biggest fish I've hooked into in this lake. What the hell happened? What happened? That was huge. Okay. All you gotta do in a moment like this is realize you're onto something. You're onto something. That was a freaking big fish. That could have been a PB right there. That rainbow's coming out of a spot that could have a bass. Should I go over there? All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to where that rainbow is. Let's see if the pot of gold is there. There is a big tree that sticks out right there. So we're gonna go right to where the rainbow is. We're gonna fish that. And if we catch a giant over there, well, we can all lose our minds because that would be crazy. And I know it looks like the rainbow's really saying go over there now, but that's just how rainbows work. All right, this is where we're gonna fish. This is what we've been guided to. I hope this ends up being worth it, because if so, it'd be crazy. I'm gonna do 10 casts into this, and then we're just gonna go back to where we were, because that's what we're gonna do. Cast 1, 7, 10. Bonus cast. This is swimbait fishing, you guys. This is swimbait fishing. It is a grind. It is a challenge. Breaks you down. Sometimes it builds you back up, though. When it's worth it, it's so worth it. I honestly think since it's calmed down a little bit, and since we're kind of working with more rain than wind, that could be better for the swim bait over here. It was super windy when we were here last. Well, we'll see what happens. All right, guys, we have made it back to the spot. The rain and the wind is kicking back up. Let's see if we can get ourselves on another fish over here. Oh my God. We just missed one. I don't think it was that big, but good sign, good sign, good sign. Well, we've been fishing over here for probably 25 minutes. Not enough time to say that there's no fish here, but probably about the max amount of time that I feel like staying here. All right, try to move back into these lily pads just a little bit. See if we can get just a different angle on things. I've committed myself to this swim bait at this point in the day, so we're not gonna switch it up at this point. I really feel like it's the thing to throw, especially as the wind calms down a little bit. It feels even more right. Gloves are doing okay. My hands are warm, but I can definitely feel a little bit of water has started to go up and then into the glove a little bit. I think I got a little bit of water up to about there. Everything else is dry. I think the entirety of my left hand is dry still. Both hands are warm. I got nothing to complain about on that end, but and I knew that this fabric stuff on the outside would just get like soaked, and it's gonna slowly, like if I hold this hand up at all, it's gonna slowly work its way down, and then if it does that, I mean, that's just how it gets inside. What a day, you guys. We freaking struck out a couple of fish so far. How long have we been fishing for? 4.5 hours. We got some time left still. Ooh, it is coming down, you guys. Alright, well, we fished the spot for a while. I think we fished it enough to know that it's time to move on. We're gonna head on back to where the magic happened. Dang, it's so weird. It's just been such a crazy weather day, and all of a sudden it's just chill. Come on. It's back at the spot where we got bit. How long of a memory does a bass have anyways? You know? What's up, bud? Holy cow. We got another fish. Look how small of a fish you can catch. This is smaller than the last one. That's crazy. Sorry, bud. I thought you were the fish, and you were not. Ripped you right on out. Get a quick measurement from you, bud. And we got 13 and a quarter. Whoa, sorry, bud. Okay, well, you know, I'll do better next time. Okay, I want to be honest, this is becoming my new favorite bait. All right, 13 and a quarter and 16 and a quarter. I'll go ahead and add that up using my brain and my incredible memory, since I didn't write it down. Wait, I did write it down earlier. I did write it down. 16 and a quarter, 13 and a quarter is 29 and a half. Yeah, 29 and a half. We'll write it down though, because I just don't remember that. Alrighty, guys, off we go to the last spot. Let's see if we can get one more bass. Let's see if it can be bigger than both of the other ones combined. By weight, I mean length. That would be a 29 and a half inch bass. What is the longest bass? I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what the heaviest bass is. These are good questions that need answering. Holy cow. Well, we made it back to where we started. I hope that we can catch a fish and end the day with the biggest fish of the day. We're gonna give it the old college try. Let's see what we can do. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure It's the big fish of the day. Heck yes. I think you're the biggest fish of the day. Let's find out. Are you? It's gonna be 16, be bigger than 16 and a quarter. Nope, you're not. You're just a 16-inch bass. Alright, bud. Back in the water. Thanks for cooperating. Back you go. Go and slap that on the scoreboard here. 45.5 inches, you guys. Yes. Now we're talking. I feel a little better now. Alrighty, guys, that was awesome. I can't believe it. We stuck to throwing the swim bait all day. I'm super proud of that. That was it takes a little bit of it's a bit of a grind to do something like that, but we were getting bit all day and we got to just go around. We covered the entire lake. We bounced back and forth a few times. We hooked into some fish and we caught 3 fish. 45.5 inches, I think we got. Almost caught a limit, and we hooked into I think one of the biggest bass I've ever hooked into on this lake. That's a guess. I don't know. I think we got close, you guys. I think we got close, and I literally can't wait to come out and do this again. It was hard to get me off the water today. That's why we're out here. It's pitch black out. But I gotta get out of here. I gotta go pack up the car before it's too dark. I can't see anything. But we're gonna come back out and do this again very soon. Uh-oh, the lily pad's about to swallow me up. We're gonna come back out and do this again very soon, you guys. And I thank you so much for watching this one. And I'll see you on the next one.